So now we would like to welcome our very special guest today. We are celebrating the Pride Month all June, and our guest is more than special. Born in Brazil, he represented Ireland many times in pageants and won as Mr. Gay Ireland. We are very happy to have him here and know more about his career in this country and how he feels to represent the whole community in such a special month. Welcome, Guilherme Souza.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. It's falls into place, I think. Like we're having like Pride parade this week, and it's very special for a Brazilian representing Ireland.
Tell me about
especially
it.
if you're gay. So it's
Sure.
I'm very thankful to have you here. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So we're gonna start from where you're from in Brazil and when did you get and did you end up here in Dublin?
I got in Ireland in 2014. I got here in July, so I'm completing 5 years soon enough. It's been super quick. I'm originally from São Paulo, and I left Brazil when I was 21 years old. It was just 6 months for me to finish college, and I was like, let's go there, learn English for a year, and here we go. 5 years later, I'm here. Just finished college here, so like life's just full of surprises. And
so you didn't think I'm gonna go there and be Mr. Gay Ireland?
Not at all. Not at all.
It wasn't the plan at all.
Not a plan.
Well, what was the plan though?
The plan was to come here and learn English and come back home and get, one of those fancy jobs and all this sort of thing. But things start like going a different way for me here. I just felt like Ireland has so many opportunities, and I was willing to take advantage of it.
That's good. That's a good one. So, from when did you actually see or realize that you're going to a path that you're actually like doing like pageant, like kind of competitions, or how did you actually? Because like you probably like worked in something before, or somebody probably said something to you. Like that's usually how people get into these things. So tell us more like about how did you actually like? I'm gonna go for Mr. Gay.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit cheesy, but the pageant life I grew up in this.
Right.
Like my sister is a pageant queen herself.
Oh, really?
She's a carnival queen. So I grew up watching her like going to pageants and to this kind of competition, and I was like, fan number one there cheering with the towel and with the glitter spray. So I was always there. But when I got to Ireland, in 2015, we also had a Brazilian Mr. Gay Ireland. It was interesting to see, after him, it was an Irish person, but mixed with Asian. So I realized how open, for all the diverse cultures Ireland and the competition was. I thought for a moment, I could, if he made it, I could try as well, you know what I mean? But things didn't work that well in the beginning. To wait a little while, I need to find a house, find a job, study, do all my bits, because it's not just go and people think the pageants are just being pretty and look the best, but no, you have a lot of have a social work behind it. You have your whole community put the pressure on you, so what are you gonna do? What's next? How are you gonna represent us in Ireland? It's being such a progressive country, and had a referendum in 2015, and it's just mind blowing. To be Mr. Gay Ireland, I won the crown in 2018, last July, and it was my first prize, with my sash, and it was like a dream come true. My sister was cheering at home. She was like, yes, finally.
So you're still the reigning queen.
Yeah.
So you still have the crowd at home.
Yeah, the crowd's still mine.
Do you have to hand over the real crowd though?
No,
we
just
have a new one.
Not the crown. It's not actually a proper crown. I wish.
You don't sleep with it.
Yeah, there is a trophy. Yeah,
Okay.
We have plans to pick a new Mr. Gay Ireland in next autumn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give the trophy to him and wish best of luck, and maybe kind of help him out with everything I can.
I was gonna ask now, how it was is it automatic when you win a title from the country, are you automatically entitled to go for a worldwide, or it's just there's more into it, there's more politics into it, or there's more social work between, or you can say no, I'm okay with just local thing?
It's
or...
it's an organization, you know, like all around the world. Like every like Mr. Gay Germany, Mr. Gay Ireland, they're companies. They know their names, the brands. So their producers decide where the delegate would go. I was lucky enough that in Ireland, we've been one of the oldest in this kind of international pageant. So we're kind of grounded, and we have like solid Mr. Gays before. We have Robbie, our, you know, so Conrad, that was just amazing, doing loads for the LGBT community. So was kind of, you know, helping me out with this. I entered Mr. Gay Europe. I actually, from winning Mr. Gay Ireland to Mr. Gay Europe, I had 3 weeks. To prepare
like a drag queen.
Everything, literally, like the RuPaul called you, and you need to prepare everything, all your outfits, social projects, you know, social media. I have to prepare social media. I have to do so many things that I wasn't really prepared enough. Okay. It was an amazing experience. We went to Poland. Interesting choice to run a gay competition. I don't know, like they still have lots of issues. Like it was a great statement to be there and to, you know, be part of that, to see what the LGBT community there needed and how the big impact that the whole organization was doing to be there. Mm-hmm. You know, I made top 5 there. I was happy enough, you know, just 3 weeks to prepare everything. So I was like, yeah, sure, look. And Mr. Gay World, it wasn't a plan still. It was just, you know, I didn't know how things would work out. But when I came back from Mr. Gay Europe, I got to work in GCN, Gay Community News. So my passion for the LGBT community just started growing, and I just started really being directly working with the LGBT community, writing articles and being in events and doing all my bits. And it was amazing to have their support behind me. So I really felt very prepared to go to Mr. Gay World and slay.
I did see a video when you were coming in. It was really, really good. That's when I was like, we need to bring him on that day. That was when I was like, no.
Is it the national costume?
We'll put that up when we put the interview up. You mentioned, I was going to ask about GCN. So I was going to ask, how did that happen? So you actually started working for GCN after you got the title. I think it's related to what I was going to ask anyway, about the social work involved. Usually, like, is it something that, like, you have to have a project? Is it something that you have been done before, or you have to catch up for a deadline? Because I know, like, social work is a big part of all this type of contest that people don't see. As you said, it's not about just being pretty. Like, you have to have a social mind, especially when you represent a community itself. So my question is, like, how was your focus on this social program that you had to have for the competition? When,
like, I realized that I need to, you know, really do a real project just before Mr. Gay Europe. I saw all the other delegates, like just for example, in Mr. Gay Europe, we have the first transgender men competing, and we have Mr. Gay England that's, you know, super advocate for HIV. So I knew I need to, you know, step out in some kind of way, but at the same time, bring my own truth. Okay. You know, so I create my platform. I when I was young, I was victim of sexual abuse. So I managed to overcome all these fears, like from, you know, therapy and friends and everything. So I why not create a platform where people would be able to talk about it? Because being a gay man, and most important, being a man, talking about sexual abuse is still a major taboo. Even more in Ireland without the, you know, the Catholic and the church and all the sort of things. Yeah. So it's something that we really needed. And I, as a public person, I was like, why not raise my voice for this cause? So I created a platform, ITSOKAY. And I brought to Mr. Gay Europe, and I also brought to Mr. Gay World. And it was just mind-blowing to receive all the love and all, you know, the positive feedback that I received after, like, presenting my campaign and, you know, everything that I've achieved so far doing this. Like GCN, I had a few articles published in a proper magazine talking about my story, about my journey, and about my project. It was very, very, very nice, and I think was the best part of it.
So is GCN a dream job?
Yeah, it's a dream job. I absolutely love them. Like my team. First of all, like 99% are gay. Everyone watches RuPaul. Everyone watches RuPaul's Drag Race. It's just so much
People
fun.
understand the jokes.
Exactly.
I did read an article from you. I think it was first page back when I think it was the elections. I think it was first page. I don't remember exactly the issue. It was really well written. I usually, when I get the pub, I kind of like don't like to talk much and I don't drink, so I like, where's the GCN magazine? I'm the one there going through the pages and reading and since they're pretty much on every nice pub, I did read an article I thought was really, really good. So so your life now, it is GCN first and pageant second, or you can actually put a very balance between, or do you feel it's the same thing? Since you're I think for GCN, you're genuinely talking to a community, it is a social work, if you think, but
it is.
Do you see these things as one job, or you think I'm not Mr. Guill at this very moment? I need type stuff.
They are separate companies. They're not really related. The only relation between them, it's me, which it's amazing because I managed to get be a public person and represent the community and work for the LGBT community. Straight away for the LGBT press. We are writing articles every day and doing all the bits. So it was very. I got there by chance. I saw an advert on LinkedIn, and I was like, oh, why not? They were asking for journalists and writers. I was doing a marketing degree, so I was like, well, let's try. So I went for an interview. I wasn't really hopeful, to be honest, because they really focus on writing and all this sort of thing. As an English student, I didn't really feel that I was that good to do it, but apparently I am. Nearly a year there already, so.
That's usually when the best things happen. So I'd say you actually really like it. Working in magazines probably especially nowadays when everything's internet and people don't. I know GCN is it's free the distribution and all. So I know we're still on Pride plans and stuff, but aside for this week, what's your plans from future? Do you still plan to get the crown from Mr. Gay World or you have a different plan related to that, or with just social work, or what's the plan for the near and far future? Is there a plan?
Oh, Jesus. What are you going to do in the next 5 years? The plan, something I learned since I got in Ireland, I think life, don't make really long-term plans, because things change all the time.
Like the weather.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
We have an umbrella here and it's not raining, so I understand.
Yeah, I think Mr. Gay World, I wouldn't get into again, because they are actually coming with a new proposal to be Mr. Gay World All Stars. So where they're going to bring past delegates and do a new competition. I will wait to see how this is going to turn out, But I think it's a lifetime experience. I was delighted to meet all the 22 delegates from all around the world, and everyone has their particularities and their strengths and their issues in their own country. So it was really mind-blowing, and I'm so blessed to have this opportunity. But right now, I keep writing my articles, keeping working for my community, and doing my bits and see what's the story.
Mission accomplished then.
You
feel you're I did it. That's.
Yeah, no, it feels great. It feels great. Ireland hasn't been in the top 10 since 5 years, so it was a great achievement for myself.
Were you feeling you were represented Ireland or Brazil? Sometimes I wonder. It's in fairness, gay community in Ireland is a big.
I know.
And I'm imagine does it feel represented Brazil in a sort of way?
It's a double pressure, to be honest, because we had Mr. Gay Brazil there. And it was interesting because when Mr. Gay Ireland, and then I'm there, tall, dark skin, curly hair, and I'm from Ireland, really?
That's not the Irish, that's the Brazilian. Where's the Irish?
Exactly. I was just oh, sorry, I won the pageant.
Well, Guilherme, the papo is really, really good, but we're gonna have to wrap this up. My last question for you. I had so many questions, but we're going to have to wrap it up. What's your favorite place in Dublin?
Jesus, a tough question. I absolutely love Blackrock Village, because it has everything. It has amazing restaurants. It has that beautiful park. It's just by the sea. And